The following podcast contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion advised.
And although we joke, if you or someone you know is affected by or a victim of domestic violence, dial 1-800-799-7233 or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline's website, thehotline.org.
But it's always the husband, it's always the husband, it's always the husband. I don't kill you, babe.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And this is Megan.
If you're listening to It's Always the Husband podcast,
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
This is a true crime podcast, and also sometimes we're funny.
Yeah, well.
And gassy, apparently.
I know. Megan's been just shredding the air here, making it so I need a hazmat suit. And yet that plastic in the hazmat suit would disintegrate.
I even took my heartburn medication, my Mesoprol. I take it every day, and
it's a terrible thing. I think it gets worse
gas
with menopause.
comes up
and
out.
goes
Down. I know.
And down and out.
Sorry.
You can't help it. Menopause.
I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna blame it on.
No, it's terrible. I have like a sciatic pain that's so awful in my lower back.
Yeah.
In no position you turn into helps.
I can't move my
constant pain.
Right arm over the shoulder.
It's usually my left hip, and now that's gone, and it's moved to my lower back on the right side.
I can't put any coats on or jackets on because I can't lift my arm up. It's just so fucking dumb.
No.
Like, I'm wondering if living past childbearing years is worth it.
Well, your body sure do. I mean, it disintegrates.
I mean, it's telling me no.
Yeah.
My body's telling me no. But I just keep living.
Is there there's no help for menopausal women. And now with a shit ton of us Gen Xers hitting it all.
Didn't you send me a thing too that the estrogen patch is out?
Yeah, because we're all wanting it, and there's no more.
I just got my shipment today.
I did. I got mine today too.
I don't think it does anything because I still have hot flashes.
Yeah. Now I just need these aches and pains. But Horn with the long vagina said she went to the doctor and they just said, well, you're menopausal and your ligaments just disintegrate.
Yeah, that's why.
She said, well, what do I do? Like, she's training for a marathon again too, and they're like, nothing.
Well, did they tell her to stop that?
Well, no, she's not going to stop that.
Horn, let that vagina just.
She likes to have it flapping.
Dangling
one
down.
side flapping.
I know.
Wind.
It's going to chafe when she runs the marathon.
She rolls it up. She says it tucks it in.
Oh, Jesus. Well, go for it, Horn.
Yeah.
What is your glitter in the shitter?
Mine was
this
a
week?
special delivery by our best boss ever, Angie Bounds, who also attends our book clubs.
She sure does.
She's been very supportive since day one, even though we were working for her day one, and we could have humiliated her greatly.
We probably did.
I'm sure we did.
But she continued to
throw support behind us.
Yeah.
She knows of my desire to fade away into a 1912 to 28 age sanitarium. Because I don't know if they fully just threw you in a cage and sprayed you with a hose. Maybe that's after those years, but before electric shock therapy, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's the sweet spot of the nut house. And I wanted to just sit in the wicker wheelchair.
Yeah.
The old wicker wheelchairs from the early 1900s or 1800s, and they roll me by the lake, and you have a tray next to you, and you have your assortment of pills, you have a blanket on your lap, your quilt on your lap or whatever, and your lemonade. And this week brought me my wicker wheelchair, where you can see it on Facebook.
She
found it and brought it to me. Well, she just called and said, I have a delivery for you. Can I just come over? And I was like, sure. What
What could this
what could
be
it
about?
even be? And then she was like, oh my God, I'm kind of feeling like now maybe this is weird. When she got into my house, I'm like, it's me. Nothing is like, everything, like whatever you would bring for me would be something weird, I'm sure. But she's like, okay. And was watching my face, and she opens her trunk. Well, she gives me the beautiful blanket. I'm like, this that I got, the
Afghan.
I'm like, this is beautiful. And she's like, well, no. They came around to her trunk, opened the trunk, and I looked, and it took me a while to realize what it was. And I said, you didn't. I said, you didn't. And then I started crying. And then she started crying. And I had such a bad week the week before.
You never cry.
I know. I said I'd never cry. And I'm crying. And I don't know why. And I was just crying and crying. And she hugged me. And I just said, oh, my God. Like my wicker wheelchair, and it's on my deck, and I just will sit in there and drink my lemonade and have my pills on a tray. And I'll just pop a pill. We don't know what the pill's for, but we just take it and drink my lemonade. And then Jamie came home and I said, look what I finally got. And he went, oh. Like, you don't even know one thing.
No,
he doesn't know shit about me. No, he doesn't know. I could give him 5 questions to ask, and he would be like, who?
I know.
What?
I'm sorry that he didn't know that was your dream.
No. Well, he certainly didn't. He hasn't applied one thing towards any of my dreams. In fact, he's hindered them greatly. He's hindering.
He's hindering every chance you get to just,
be in that sanitarium.
Yeah.
He hinders it.
Or drives you to it. I don't know.
Oh, he drives me to it, yes. But then he would hinder it, and he would put me in a more modern sanitarium.
That didn't have lemonade or pills.
It doesn't have lemonade or wicker wheelchairs or a pond that I could be rolled out to. Mm-hmm. And a bell. You need a bell so you can signal the nurse.
Yeah, you do.
When you're out of pills or lemonade.
Yeah.
Or when there's another just offensive guest coming too close.
Right.
I can say, Nurse Harold is coming too close.
That's too close to me. Yeah.
And he needs to go back where he's from.
I'm so happy. Yes. Your glitter in the shitter is mine because I can't believe you cried.
I did cry. I don't cry ever.
Of happiness.
I did. The tears came out.
Wow.
Before I could stop it.
And then
then I got bloody eyes.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. After the tears came out, then blood came out of your eye.
Yeah, because my allergies have been so horrifically severe. And we're in London, I was free. It was like I only sneezed on the Thames that last day or whatever, like 16 times. Otherwise, I was like cured. And then I came back here, and it's so severe. Like I couldn't breathe out of my nose. I couldn't at all for days and days. And I thought, how are the people with like a deviated septum or people that have had their nose smashed in boxing that have to breathe? How do you live breathing out of your mouth? I couldn't eat because I was like suffocating. I couldn't sleep because then your throat's drier than fuck. My nose was running and stuffy, running like fountains down my throat, out of my nose. I never couldn't have just a sopped Kleenex, sneezing repeatedly, then pissing again, pissing and sneezing and pissing and sneezing, and then coughing because your throat and my eyes were watering and swollen. And so then my tear ducts got so, in the skin underneath got so irritated that you just started blood pouring out of my eyes.
And we all said, Sarah, that's Ebola, not allergies.
Well, that's
and she was
also
like,
possible.
I'm going to the doctor.
I actually went to the doctor.
And she never does.
No.
So we were proud of her. I only yelled at her once because she said, I've been sitting here for 40 minutes and I was like, go to the desk. She was like,
well,
no.
I feel bad because then they'll say, well, the doctor was with someone who, its vagina just fell off and she's sewing it back on. Do you want the woman to not have a vagina? Not if I'm sorry. I just will wait.
The woman was probably like, please leave it off.
Yeah.
I don't need this anymore.
But I got there's allergy pills that are prescribed. I'm like, that's what so many of us need. It's the over-the-counter stuff. I said, doesn't touch this shit at all. I've been taking nonstop handfuls of it. And then, so I got a steroid shot that's supposed to last like a month. I didn't know that helped, but it's like, it'll kick in like in 3 days, but I already feel like I could breathe on my nose starting yesterday afternoon. Like my nose just opened up. And then I had my prescription allergy pills. They're like, this fucking shit works. I even recorded on my These Are the Gays of Our Lives and listened to a part, and I am talking with like my nose is so plugged, but it's all getting so much better. But people who have such severe allergies that have dealt with this my mom is one. I don't know if I think she's gotten better stuff. But I mean, she used to look like, we used to tease her like Mike Tyson punched her in the face because her eyes would be so swollen and black and blue.
Yeah,
I don't like. It's just some pollen, dear.
I don't.
That's severe.
I don't need an alarm clock anymore because Phil just wakes me up with 1,000 sneezes.
Yeah,
and then
he's just like me. Yeah,
his eyes last night were insane.
Yeah, I got a special eye drop too that takes care of that.
He could not open his eyes, and he was like, "Oh my god."
He'll need to go in because it's so bad.
And he, is like afraid of medicine, so I give him my like allergy or like whatever is always my skin. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like yours is your your
Yeah.
like head and snot and whatever.
It's my nose and sneezing to get whatever is in my nose out.
Yeah, and he has that, but I have like weird
skin reactions. Yeah, because I have no hives. Because she kept asking.
I had a prescription for, it's basically Zyrtec.
Yeah,
but because our insurance was good, I could get Zyrtec prescription for cheaper than it was to just buy over the counter Zyrtec
too.
Yes. And so I had just been refilling it, whatever. And then he was always like, "Oh, I don't think this is a prescription. I don't think this is Zyrtec." And I was like, "Look on a fucking Zyrtec box.
Yeah.
And then look at what this is. It's the same thing." Yeah. And it says, take once in 24 hours. So he takes one and then he is like afraid until
Oh God, I was taking 2 or 3 of that shit.
Second of 24 hours. I know. So I said when he woke up,
you can jam that shit down your gullet.
Today, and he was sneezing all over. I said, "Take an allergy," and he said, "I took one before I went to bed." And I was like, "Take another one."
You have to, and that's like it wasn't touching. He might have to go and get the prescription, like the hardcore stuff that gives the night terrors, or a steroid shot.
Have you had any night terrors yet? Good.
No.
But you've been sleeping, so kind of.
Yeah. Better. Well, I can sleep better now because I can breathe.
Good.
It's
all right.
Fucked.
All right.
Did you have a glitter at all?
I mean, so this is weird because I literally hate birds.
Yeah, you do.
Especially birds with hook beaks.
You're like chicken kinds?
I don't,
or no, they're more peckery.
Like I don't like hawks or eagles. Like I think they're kind of creepy. Like things with a hook, like a raptor.
Yes.
Do
you think it's going to hook onto your boob?
I don't know.
Tear it off?
Maybe. I just
when
don't like the looks
in a
of
ditch?
them. Yeah.
Maybe the turkey vultures are coming.
Right. I mean. And so also when I was young, I would have to mow the lawn and we had a rider mower because we lived on a farm.
Oh, rider mower. Fancy.
Well, it's because it took us literally 7 hours to cut our grass on the farm. But then barn swallows would like fly down and swoop and I'd have to duck.
That's terrifying. So it's like living in the movie The Birds.
My college roommate had a bird from her weird boyfriend one time and I was like they tweeted all the time. I was like, get these fucking things out of here.
They're loud as fuck.
I can't stand them. So anyway, for some reason I have an affinity for swans.
You do like swans.
I don't know why. Like when we were in London,
but they look calm and pretty and they look like they belong together.
I mean, one's never chased me.
No.
But I never saw them when I was little. Like we didn't have swans on the farm, obviously, but there are 2 swans that live on this really pretty pond right outside of my workplace at the deodorant factory. And they've been back like for about a week. And this morning both of them, the pair were swimming just in like the sun was shining. It was a beautiful day in Minnesota today.
It was.
And I was like, oh, I love the swans.
Oh, see, that's good. Yeah.
I don't know why. I get weird pleasure out of just seeing them
because
slowly
they don't
glide. Yeah.
They're pretty to look at and they're not obnoxious and they don't scream.
They're not pooping all over the like sidewalks like the geese do. Yeah, I don't know. I just
they're
like
lovely
them.
birds.
So they're back at my deodorant factory, and I like them.
Cute. We also have social media. I have to be better at posting. I've just been menopause and my illnesses and my have kicked my ass, and so I just do a lot more staring. Because you're so tired. My job, like in my job, I get like 12,000 steps when I get home, and I'm just so fucking done.
I wonder. I probably had one step today. I don't feel like I did much today.
Oh, it's constantly the minute you sit down, it's like, oh, what? But I'm pretty off-putting, so they probably don't come as much as they could, but they do nonstop at my desk. What do you need, hun? What do you need, hun? What do you need, hun? Oh, how fun!
Well, you're so.
That's just wonderful.
It is wonderful.
But we have a social media. We thankfully have excellent posters in our Facebook group. But I sometimes post pictures from our episodes or weirdness, who knows, or things that are going on, announcements. We also have Instagram and TikTok. I should do. It would be more fun if we did little videos for TikTok, but I'm so behind because I'm an elderly.
We need a marketing.
We need someone that knows what they're doing.
We need to.
Our daughters would, but they're far away now.
No, they don't care about us.
No, it's true.
We need. I know today the boys in my deodorant factory class were telling me they're like seniors, and they're like, probably I'll just try to like set up some Shopify stuff on YouTube and like make some money that way. And I was like, what are you guys talking about? And one of them was like, my mom does it. She just has a Shopify and she makes like some extra cash that way. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand. I'm like, is this on TikTok? They're like, if you doom scroll more, you'll see some videos that teach you how to do this, and then you can make money.
I think you can put your design. I could put my designs there, and then they market it, then they manufacture it and ship it out. But then I think you make some of them. You make very little. But I have another site, but it was not Shopify. I don't know why I didn't use Shopify. Shopify looked like heavy duty confusing to me because I tried to put some of my gay stickers of my. These are the gays stickers, but I wanted like them to produce it and send them out because I'm so bad at keeping track of that. But they're very bland and like I'm trying to get more colors and designs added in. But yeah, I don't know. But then I don't know what you sell. Is it like an Etsy or do they just do designs?
I don't get it. We need an intern.
I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, we have a Facebook group.
So we pick funny fuckers from there every week if we remember. I picked Alana Kremen, Cremen, Alana.
Okay.
Kremen, Alana. She put one. That's a good name. She put one where it was a lady who had been arrested for hiring a mariachi band to follow her ex-boyfriend on a date with another woman. And I thought that was quite amusing.
That's really good.
Because that would be really odd. All of a sudden you go on a date with some douchebag guy and there's a mariachi band following you the whole time.
God.
Oh, but come on. Why would she get arrested for it?
Brutal.
Who cares?
Know.
Like,
she should not have been.
No.
That's stupid.
She just said maybe she could say I was just adding more romance to their date. Right? I didn't know.
Yeah. She thought they liked it.
But I thought that's pretty good. It would be good to hire someone who just yells "fuck you" the whole time behind him, or he has a tiny baby penis.
You don't want what he's got.
Yeah, you don't want what he's got. It's syphilis. Did you find something?
I did. I've laughed at this guy before, but I still can't believe he's real and not a character on like Trailer Park Boys or I don't know. So Audrey DeVoe put that post of Rain Epler from Estonia, that guy who's like a politician there, and his hair is so fucked.
Yeah, his hair is I don't understand. Does he have? I mean, is he different?
Well,
Does he not like have a reflection? I mean,
his hair
is
is different. He's a vampire.
And he can't see the reflection to what they're doing to his hair. It is like you put a weird silly putty in his head and just literally just cut around like
it's just like straight in the front. Then it goes kind of long.
It's like a He-Man, but you cut up around the ears.
Cut around the ear. Then
and
down,
leave it long.
Down.
It's unexplainable.
It really is. But so I was reading what we were all like laughing about it, whatever. And Lola had my favorite comment. She wrote, "Cleared that ear by a mile." Because he has this horrifying cut above both of his ears.
It's like they took the hair above the ear and left it in a He-Man. Then it's a He-Man.
It's so crazy.
Well, how are you a man of power?
I don't know. I mean, I wonder that in general, how do men ever get power?
Yeah.
Why don't they give it up? And then I wonder that about a lot of people.
I mean, if a woman looked like that, there wouldn't be a chance. You'd have to be you have to be
attractive women and just degrade and rape us, you know?
Yeah,
so
that's the truth. Just like that website that teaches men how to date, put rape drugs in a woman's drink and rape the shit out of them. And it had 62 million either views or visitors in January or whatever. But then they're like, well, hold up. There was 85 million in March, or February was 62, 85 million views or visitors, whatever it's going by. So men just heard about it instead of saying how absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, I'm going to go and learn myself and do the date rape
then I'll
academy.
Do it to my wife too and make some money.
So is that Shopify where you learn
that better not be Shopify.
Put your wife on there?
I don't know.
And say come rape the shit out of her between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m.?
No.
I mean, what do they learn in the rape academy?
I mean, we can't even take videos of ourselves taping this podcast. Like people keep saying like, put it on YouTube, you'll make money. And we're like, but we're literally like, I'm wearing orange shorts and pajama shorts and a blue like nothing about me looks good. We're hideous all the time. Yeah. We never wear a bra when we
and the process of putting it on YouTube is absolutely exhausting. Like, it takes literal hours, if not half a day.
So I don't want people to see me when I'm dressed.
Oh my, no. I
certainly would never, even with my own husband.
I'm usually after cutting the grass look all summer, you know.
I would certainly never want to watch myself and my husband have sex, but worse.
Yeah.
Because I know like some people do that, I guess. Like
film it?
Their own sex tapes for themselves.
Yeah, but who wants to watch your old puss flapping around?
So like I mean, the part about just the hatred of women is one thing.
Why would you want to see your husband's wang on a tape when you can barely look it in the face?
Right. But like, so these men are drugging their wives and then talking to other people online, and these people are telling him what to do with his wife. It's so sick.
Or you could just play a game of cards and have sex like normal people.
It's so evil. And
then more, 20 million more with the next month.
I know. I don't know.
That's why we do this show.
Yeah. Like, hey, wake up. We're getting killed by our fucking husbands.
Or do men not know how to talk to a girl?
They don't like us. I don't know.
I guess not.
Alarming.
Just buy a sex doll then. It lays there and it could do whatever you want.
How did we get here? I was talking about horrible haircut.
Probably my fault.
Anyway, I'm sure you're all happy that you tuned in and downloaded this episode. I'd also like to tell you that we have a book club online.
We do, yeah.
It's on Zoom. We're reading The Silence of the Lambs, and we're going to meet next Tuesday.
Men killing women again.
God,
stressing in their skin.
No wonder why we're so
ever finish?
angry. We're just angry bitches all the time. No, I have a huge dance competition this weekend.
Please.
So
can't you read a book for the 19 hours you're there?
That's what I planned to do that because I literally
God forbid you
am going to be
need
there.
to watch all that dance.
I know. I just remember.
You remember something you have to do?
No, I remembered a glitter in the shitter that I really wanted to talk
write
about
it down
beside my swans.
Do you want to do it this
time?
time?
I'm afraid if I don't, I'll miss the boat on it.
All right, then
because I really want to influence people to watch. Trust me, The False Prophet.
Oh yes, I
on
haven't started
Netflix.
it yet.
Okay, God damn it, everybody watch this.
Okay,
the shit.
Favorited it so it would come up.
Okay,
I'm gonna write
the shit is crazy. If you did, it's kind of like
Trust me, The False Prophet.
Yes, it's like the sequel to Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey or whatever.
Yes.
But you don't have to have watched Keep Sweet.
Is that the one where they talk about the?
It's Warren.
When they do the baby voice, or that's a different one. That's
It's
the
Warren
other one.
Jeff.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
where you had 1,400 14-year-old wives.
So this is kind of like the sequel because it's this community, the FLDS community in this town in Arizona that was just left behind.
And is this the one that one woman narked and it all came?
It's insane.
Oh,
so it's this community
what
that
women have to go through.
was left, because Warren Jeffs is in prison for child rape, and so there's all these people just doing nothing because they don't have anyone to follow. So they're just kind of in limbo.
Oh my God!
Yes,
can't they work at Target?
They do not.
Oh.
So anyway, watch it. It is
crazy.
Well, it's horrifying.
Horrifying, I'm sure.
But also,
what the fuck is wrong with
there
people?
were some kind of weird, funny parts and also some horrifying parts.
Jesus.
But everybody watch it. Oh my God. You'll love it.
What's wrong with people's
I
brains?
don't know.
Speaking of, good God.
Let's talk about
All right, this is a Fatal Vows. That show usually pulls through with nuttery.
Yeah.
It's the one that has the interludes by the man and lady. One's like one's like a forensic investigator and one's like a psychologist.
Yeah.
And they like pop in.
And then they just tell
like
us
3
how
times and they just say,
everyone is.
Yeah. And they just, they say, she's doing this and he's doing this. And that probably meant blah, 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 blah. And you're like, well, yes.
Of course
I
it
advise.
did. Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to Lake Placid, New York, which also was the site of that movie, Lake Placid, with the giant alligator and Betty White.
What?
Did you ever see that
No.
movie? Lake Placid, where they had the big giant alligator and Betty White was in it. And she swore like super bad.
Isn't Lake Placid where Katya and Gordieva and Sergei Grinkov, isn't that where he died?
Who?
Remember the 2 ice skaters that were in
I don't
love?
know.
I'm going to look it up.
I don't remember. But it's in the Adirondacks, upstate New York. And it's a lovely, 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 lovely area in a lake. So we start off, and this is Fatal Vows, season 6, episode 1, called A Watery Grave.
He did die in Lake Placid.
Who is this? A skater?
Remember they were
I
skating
do
couple,
remember.
And he died and he was
That's
so
right.
young.
And he was really handsome.
Yes, and she was
cute.
so beautiful and they had a baby.
Totally forgot about that. That's so sad.
Oh.
Well, thank you for that.
I'm sorry
Terrible.
for bringing us down again.
So we have 24-year-old Jeannine Radcliffe. She's working around the area, I guess.
He was 28 years old.
Oh, he was so young.
God. Okay, sorry. Okay,
I forgot totally about that.
Yeah.
She was pretty smart and a pharmacist.
Okay.
And we're hearing this story from her adult grown children, Jordan, the daughter, and Tyler, the son. They're kind of telling us about their mom. So they say Jeannine actually falls for a frequent customer, and the customer's name is Jeff Glanda. And the actor in this scene, he is wearing a green sweater with a peach turtleneck. Talk about a turtle dick.
But it was like a double turtleneck.
Yes,
it was
so
so
the
weird.
weirdest turtleneck, turtle dick outfit. But they did try to do 80s clothes.
They did.
They actually tried in this one. The clothes were hideous, and they were very 80s.
I was hoping you'd say turtle dick on this
They
episode.
did say turtle dick.
Okay.
He was a turtle dick. And so she says something like, "Are you here to pick up your syphilis pills?" or something, a joke. I can't remember. And he's like, "No, I need an inhaler because you take my breath away."
I mean, could it get
And
any
she
dumber?
says, that was awful. That sucks. You fucking nerd.
Yeah.
So he says, "Well, how about a dinner and a movie? I hear Porky's is really good. And for me, that would have done it. I would have said, sure. I would have said, I'm in. And she, of course, is like, wrong again, or strike two, turtle dick. And so then he's like, well, and she says, why don't you take me to see The Thing? And we have a deal. So The Thing was actually a good movie, too. It has Kurt Russell in it.
It does?
It was long. Yes.
Oh.
Kurt Russell and I can't remember. That's the only one I remember. But it's a horror movie. So then we see Jeannine's sister-in-law married to her brother.
He's so handsome.
And Jeff, she's talking about how Jeff was, handsome. He was funny. At the time that they started dating, Jeff was 31. He was divorced. He's a court stenographer. And he was making bank in the 80s. I didn't think court stenographers made that much money. He was making like $100,000 in like the 80s.
I don't understand that either.
That doesn't seem like it makes sense.
You're like typing
like he would be
things?
making more than the lawyers.
I don't know. I was shocked.
I mean, that's a lot of money then, because like what it would be now is I can't even. So. Well, they say Jeannine can't resist that he's charming. So they show them in a scene after the movie where she's like, oh, that wasn't what I thought. But she's wearing a blossom hat.
I know.
And she's supposed to be 24, but both actors look like they're 55. So again, they just, whatever. The sister-in-law, again, Jeannine's sister-in-law, says Jeannine told her that he was very good in bed. I'm like, oh, sick. They show their real photo. And I kid you fucking not. It looks like James Brolin and Margot Kidder from Amityville Horror.
A little bit.
It was like they put their movie picture up. He looked just like he had the beard and the crazy eyes of James Brolin as he was going through his Amityville Horror possession. And she kind of had like a Margot Kidder look.
Yeah.
And it was that 70s look. I was like, I almost screamed. I'm like, oh my God, they're just cursed right away. But she was very lovely. I would not say handsome. It's passable where you wouldn't throw acid on his face. But I don't know. He definitely looked nuts. So 2 years after they meet, they get married and they move. I don't know if they were next to it or closer, but they moved to Lake Placid. I don't know if they're living on the lake, but they have a big ass house.
Yeah.
And they're living quite comfortably. We see Mary, Jeannine's mom, Jim, Jeannine's brother, who's married to the sister-in-law, who I didn't write down her name. I forget.
Who had the eyebrows? That was Mary?
The woman?
Yeah.
Maybe. She was older? She was only on once, I think.
Oh, she had just some severe...
That must have been the sister-in-law.
The sister-in-law, yeah.
They just say the couple loved living on Lake Placid. They loved their home. They loved living there. They're very happy. 1991, they've been married 8 years. They have 2 young children. Again, the son, Tyler. Jordan's the older daughter. They show they're living in this huge house. They reenact like they're playing in the yard.
Football.
And so the dad, they have the dad, Jeff Glanda.
Actor,
playing Jeff. Wearing stone-washed, acid-bleached, skin-tight jeans. And then that white and blue, like blue top, white bottom, waist-long shirt every man wore in the 80s.
Yeah.
He's wearing that. I don't know how he could have played, but he rolled in the ground at one point or bent over, and it was just butt crack showed. Because the pants were so tight. And the actor was probably like, come on, you finally said... goodwill for you tried, but this is too tight.
Can't you get something that fits me?
Yeah. Daughter Jordan says, mom was a great mom. She was fantastic. Everything you want your mom to be. Jeff, again, making $100,000 in 1991 as a court reporter.
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
But he had very flashy taste, so he liked expensive watches.
And she was a pharmacist too, right?
She was making money. Yeah. She deserved money for being a pharmacist. Well, so court reporters are important too, I thought. I just didn't realize they made so much. I guess they have to pay attention in their job. That's fucking hard. That's really hard. They
can't just sit around and stare at a wall.
They have the hardest job, I guess, to pay attention. he was very well liked. Like the judges really liked him. He was well liked at his job. Friends of the judges. And so I think he got some ins with got special perks.
Maybe he
like
didn't
that.
have to listen to all the boring cases. He got the good ones.
But he was the type of husband that maybe a lot of women have this husband. They will do anything for other people first. And then when it comes to like their family, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like I'll shovel the driveways of all our neighbors, and then you come home like, can you shovel ours so I can get the fucking car out and go to Target? And no. And then,
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Tired.
You know, yeah. So he was kind of like that. So Jeannine was disappointed that he's not really involved with his family or his kids. Work always came first. Other people always came first. She confronts him on it in one scene, and she's wearing an incredibly 80s dress, a blue one with like paint splashes on it.
Oh, yeah.
I thought they really went to town on that dress. But Jeff, as he works in the court system, feels a bit above the law. Jeff and Jeannine were said by her sister-in-law and brother that they would be quite affectionate with each other when they're not fighting. But according to the kids, they were just like fighting all the time. Jeff is not, again, giving as much attention to his family that he should, but he definitely is lavishing attention on his mother. So his father dies, his mother's living on her own. He's constantly over there, which is good. That's great. Helping the mother. And then he tells her, you're moving in with us, Mom. He builds a cottage for her on their land. She moves in. And building the cottage is just like the local handyman. His name is Nick Picario. And he seems, they're portraying him in this as like a Lenny from Grapes of Wrath, a great big dummy that seems real simple and doesn't quite know his own strength.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't at first, but I thought as it went on, they just made him seem like kind of an uncle. Like they knew him. He was at the house. He was always, tinkering around, building stuff, fixing stuff. The kids would be like, "Hey, Jeff," and then he was like
Nick,
Nick, and he was like giant.
He was giant and bald.
Would like throw him up on his shoulders and play with him.
Did you ever see those Bugs Bunny when Bugs Bunny is dealing with the mobster, and the mobster's a little tiny short, like shorter than Bugs Bunny, super short, but he has a great big tall henchman that always goes, "Day, okay, boss." That was Nick, exactly, the big dumb henchman. Yeah. Literally in scenes going, "Day, okay, boss."
I'll
like
play with you kids.
Yeah. So, Nick builds his cottage, and then the mother-in-law moves in, and it's fine. But after a while, she's like, "Fuck this! I want to live on my own again. I don't want to live around you and your goddamn kids." And she just moves out.
She was there for a year, and then was like, "Thanks for building this for me, but I'm gonna go back.
But I'm out. I want my independence, and I'm out." And I'm like, "Good for you." Like. You were doing fine. Your son came and just smothered you and took you away from your independence. And she was like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
But she moves out. So we just have this little cottage there still on their property. After 10 years of marriage, Jeff gets a secretary named Sherry. And they portray Sherry as pretty much a lady of the evening looking gal. Very young, blonde, like she looks like Lonnie Anderson. And she's always around. In fact, she's at the house all the time. And Jordan, the daughter's pretty much, she says something like, if you look up mistress in a dictionary, that's Sherry.
It was Sherry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's wearing sexy clothes, like tiny skirts with her puss hanging out and her tits are out. And she's doing secretarial work. So Jeannine looks in and she's like, what the hell is it? What the hell is going on?
She knows a threat when she sees one.
So Sherry the secretary is working with Jeff, and they show a scene at the table, and Sherry says, I need to stretch my legs. And Jeff says, trust me, your legs don't need stretching.
Gross.
I mean, that's gross.
He has the worst one-liners.
But then in the background of the scene is the actress portraying little kid Jordan, the little girl, and she's just watching the whole interaction. On her face is like, fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like she's just scrunched up her face like I'm gonna puke. My dad's talking about this weird bitch's legs in a sexual way.
Yeah.
Jeannine's already suspicious, so she does laundry, and in the laundry, she's finding,
Lipstick.
all sorts of shit. Perfume, smells, her earrings. There's whispers all over town that he's porking the secretary. And so Jeannine brings the earrings to Jeff, and Jeff's like, this is all in your imagination. And then she's like, it's in my hand. Earrings that are mine in your clothes.
Right.
And he's like, what are you going to do? Leave? And Jeannine was like, I guess not, because even her kids and her sister-in-law said, Jeannine just said, I don't want to be alone, so she wouldn't leave him. It's like, oh, come on. You're a smart and beautiful pharmacist.
I know.
You could be on your own fine, and you could find a replacement that actually would want to be with you in 2 seconds. So Jeannine gives him at dinner, gives her husband Jeff an ultimatum. It's me or her. And Jeff just says, well, I'm not going to fire her. And so she's like, okay. So Jeannine takes her shit and she moves into that empty cottage with her kids. It's on the property. And the kids are kind of like, we're kind of sad. This is weird, but our parents aren't fighting as much. So they seem happier. So,
and they were, in the same place.
They're in the same. Yeah. They're just like 10 feet over.
Right.
Nick upgrades both houses, but he redoes the main house with a basement apartment so Sherry can move in.
Oh,
and she's going to stay in the basement apartment. Yeah, sure, bitch.
Right. She never stayed down there one night in her life.
But then Jeannine does get a boyfriend. He's married.
He
was like her ex high school boyfriend, so she connects with him again, but he's married. Come on. This is New York State.
There's got to be more fish in the sea.
There has to be. There has to be. Maybe. I don't know. And they're having sex in like her car. Like,
in ditches.
For God's sakes. In ditches and porta potties like that bar. Yeah. But Jeff, of course, hears about town that Jeannine is having affairs. So he breaks into the cottage, finds her unopened holiday Barbie collection and opens the boxes
with a knife
and destroys the holiday Barbies. Taking all of their value and destroying it. So Jeannine's fucking pissed. He ruined her holiday Barbies and is fucking with her life and being a hypocrite and being a dick.
Because he's literally living with Sherry.
Yes. But
she can't go.
She can't do whatever she wants. Like, she's sick of his fucking shit.
Yeah.
She wants a divorce and even gets a lawyer. And then Jeannine gets the suspicions that her house is bugged because he always seems to know what she's up to, where she's going, and that stuff.
Like, they wouldn't even talk, and then she'd come home and he'd say, what did you get at the store?
Yeah.
And she'd be like, how the fuck do you know I was at the store?
Right.
Yeah.
Weird shit like that. Jeff now is in no rush for a divorce because he knows his finances are fucked.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to give her half. And he doesn't want to pay out. And he's probably going to have to give her child support.
He wants to have his cake. And
of course.
Too.
So in 1997, Jeff, who's always looking for where Jeannine is, even when she's with Randy, breaks into her cottage. But was she still at the cottage or at another house? I don't know at this point. But he breaks into her house. And he's ham-boned. And he gets naked, except he had underwear on in, like, the scene. And police are called by Jeannine's friends. So the police get there when Jeannine gets there. Because I think he's been calling her, or he's been acting like a weirdo and calling people or something.
Yeah,
I forget.
she still lived there because she came home, but the police were with her.
Yeah, the police were with her because the police... Oh, Jeannine, the police were called... Because I think he had been calling people drunk, threatening things because the sister-in-law called the police.
Kill everyone. Yeah.
So Jeannine enters with the police. Jeff's drunk. The police pull a gun on him. And Jeff is like, get that gun out of my face. And he's half naked and he had a knife. You should just shot him right in the dick. And so the sister-in-law thought... sister-in-law thought like his whole plan was to just attack and rape her in her house.
Yeah.
And to just have like dominance over her because she was out with another man.
Yeah.
And then she's with the kids again, and the son says, Dad listens to your calls and he records you in your house. And she's like, oh my God. So she takes the kids to her sister-in-law's house, and her sister-in-law tells her, do not go back. You're fine. You're going to stay here. You're going to find a new place. You're going to get locks that he can't do because he has, who knows where all these bugs are in this cottage. And you're not going back there again. You're not talking to him again. We're done here. And Jeannine says, well, he's the father of my children. And she goes back. Which you should feel like you can go to your own home. You'll never know how serious things are until it's, But how many times have we been through this?
I know.
On an episode.
It's
where they go back.
So many times. They think it's just
so
the last
don't go
time.
back.
No.
Or bring people with you.
Say goodbye.
Don't go back alone.
Yeah.
And then, just never go back alone. If you have to, bring multiple people. So a few days later, the kids are waiting for Jeannine to give them a ride to school. Like, she's not coming out of her house to give them a ride because they're at the dad's they're at the dad's house.
Yeah,
that's
not
across
in
the yard.
little cabin or whatever.
So at 7 a.m., Jeannine's brother calls the house. No one answers. Her friends try calling her. I don't know if anyone went into the home. She wasn't at her home either. So they file a missing persons report that day because she's just missing. She's not answering her calls. She wouldn't have just not been there for her kids because she just was very dependable on that. Then we skip to a man. He has no other importance except this. A man named Kevin Reynolds is driving to work, and he pulls over, gets out of his car, and takes a huge piss in the woods. Can't men just go to the bathroom before they leave for work or go at work?
No.
You have to pull over and piss in public.
Sometimes even when they're at their own houses, they pee outside.
Oh, Jamie does that all the time. I don't understand.
We need to stop this.
If I just took a big dump and piss in my yard, come on.
It would be frowned upon.
Yes, it would. Come on. Anywho, so he's pissing in the woods and he sees a purse laying there, and the purse conveniently has the wallet out and the ID on top of the wallet.
How convenient.
So he calls the police and says, there's like a lady's purse here. And it looks like the whole scene is fucked weird because it's like laid out to where I can see like everything's set up like a setup. So an investigator named Investigator Hickey. Oh, geez.
Yeah, that was unfortunate too.
He goes to the spot. He sees the purse. He sees the ID. He sees the wallet. And like, that's weird. And then he sees tire tracks that just lead right off a cliff and into the pond or the lake. And he calls for divers. They find a car right away, just right off where it would have gone off this cliff.
Hardly underwater at all.
And then we get the kids telling this part. He said they were at home. Jeff, their dad, sits in between them, and Sherry was there. The dad is crying, quote, and says, Mom's been in an accident and she's in heaven now. So what the police had found when they pulled the car out is Jeannine was in the car, deceased. Jordan remembers her younger brother crying, and that's when it made her like realize, oh my God, this is like really real.
Yeah.
The police immediately know it's not an accident, it's murder, because Jeannine, first of all, she's in pajamas and then in jeans. Jeannine was also in the passenger side. The car was in neutral. And her ID laying out on top of her purse like that, it was literally like, they're like, this is the dumbest shit we've ever seen. So Jeannine's death was a drowning, but they thought she could have been unconscious because there were stun guns marks all on her neck. And it did look like she fought to get out. So they thought, was she dead somehow or drowned before even in the car? Yeah. I mean, it was like weird.
The police,
it's murder right away.
Dumbasses.
No, they knew him instantly.
They could tell
right away.
Yeah, they weren't just like, oh, looks like she drove in the lake.
And then went into the passenger side and just sat there like a dumbass.
It's unfortunate, but she's passed on.
Yeah.
Case closed.
Jeff, according to his son, actually seemed generally upset. The police go to talk to him since he's the husband. And he says, I was with my girlfriend. And his alibi does check out. So police decide to watch Nick the handyman, figuring he's been around the family. He might know what's the deal is.
Maybe he'll tell us.
They start putting pressure on him and following him. And since he is not a smart man, he buys a bus ticket to get out of town. So 3 weeks after the death, police catch Nick as he's trying to get on his bus out of town, bring him in for an 8-hour interview, and right away he just confesses, tells him the whole story. He's not hiding anything. He said in the springtime, Jeff came up to him and told him he has to kill Jeannine. And he told the police, I didn't want to.
Yeah. And I think he did even say it to Jeff. He was like, I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that. Yeah. He really liked Jeannine and the kids. And then he said Jeff made promises that he would get me stuff like a truck and guns. And so they first had a plan that they tried to drive her off the road. And then like they would be in another car and like be swerving at her so she would drive off a bridge. And they realized that plan was kind of dumb. So next they decided they're going to drive her car into the lake, Cascade Lake. And it's a freshwater drowning. So Jeff had a case where he typed up this case, and he learned that in freshwater there are diatoms that are identifiable to that particular lake. These little creatures that can be in your lungs when you drown. So he goes to the lake and fills up like a gallon jug full of this lake water and brings it home. So Jeff calls Nick, the handyman, and said, tonight's the night. Jeannine's out with her sister. When she gets back, you're going to go in the house. And Nick is like, oh, no. So Jeannine goes home, gets in her pajamas, goes to sleep. She hears something in her house. She comes down the stairs, and she's like calling out like, hello? So Nick jumps up. And what does he do? Tackle her? Or I think he tackles her into the ground.
Stuns her. Gives her
Jeff,
the zap.
Well, he threw her to the ground. Jeff, I guess, was hiding in Jeannine's closet or something. Or
God,
he was in there too.
Creepy.
So Nick attacks her. Like she tries to run away. Nick grabs her, kind of throws her to the ground. He's way bigger than her. He's holding her down to the ground. Jeff comes in, and Nick said he had some sort of a black box. Well, it was a stun gun. So he stuns her. And then Jeff tells Nick, get on top of her. He wants him to start raping her. So I think Jeff could come in and be the hero and kill Nick and then kill Jeannine and say, oh, Nick broke in and was raping her and I saved the day, but I'm too late. Jeannine's dead and he's dead. But Nick said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. He even threatened him with a gun and he just said, no, I'm not doing that. And then Mick was like, for fuck's sake. So instead, he takes the lake water that he brought back home, and as she's unconscious from being stunned, he just pours it down her mouth until she drowns.
Yes.
I mean, how awful.
So,
and Nick is sitting there crying and crying and crying because he's a simpleton and doesn't know how to, like, stop him.
It makes you so sick.
It's horrible. Like, this fucking idiot. So then they attempt to dress her in clothes. But of course they can't do it.
Morons.
Both of them can't do it. So she's in pants only pulled up to her knees, still in her pajamas.
Oh, they're so dumb.
They carry her, put her in her car in the passenger side, half dressed. Nick drives out with her, and he thought he was going to go drive in the car himself and then swim back. And Nick is like, nah, I don't want to do that. It's like a 60-foot drop he would have to go in too. So he just puts her in the passenger side still. Instead of the driver's, puts it in neutral and just pushes it off. So it looks, I mean, there's no way she's just driving in.
She's in the wrong seat.
And it's not even in drive.
They're so dumb.
So Jeff, and then Nick drives away and drives home. Jeff, meanwhile, is cleaning up Jeannine's house to make it look like there wasn't an attack there.
Yeah.
Takes her purse, lays out all her shit, her purse, her ID, her
There's
phone.
fucking water everywhere because he just drowned her on her floor. Ugh.
So police want to talk to Nick now. So they have Jeff. Police want to talk to Jeff and hear his story relating to this. So they have Nick go to a payphone and call and say, Jeff, let's meet. I'm scared. Police are following me. And so Nick is like, oh, fuck. So Nick goes to wherever the payphone is Jeff goes to wherever the payphone is that Nick says he's at. And when he gets there, the police are there.
Yeah.
So they jump out and try to grab him. But
Surprise!
Jeff just takes off in his car. And just like takes off, and there's this high-speed chase all down the town.
OJ all over again
Yes.
in Lake Placid.
Jeff goes to his house, but the police block his driveway. But Jeff just still runs into the cars,
right into that guy,
injuring a police officer. But they just arrest him because he's stuck in his smashed car. And then Jeff goes, "I'm innocent." Yeah, that's how innocent people act. You dumb fuck.
I don't think so, Jeff.
And he never confessed. So as he goes to jail to await bond or whatever, an anonymous letter is sent to a news station that says, Jeff Glanda is innocent. This is Randy, Jeannine's boyfriend. And her car went in accidentally on its own. I jumped out because I didn't want to go in the lake. No, and she couldn't get out in time.
Yeah.
And so... he's innocent, Jeff is. And so Jeff is like, oh, I don't know what this is. And then immediately, like the day of or the next day, Jeff's sister admits to the police, yeah, I wrote that letter and sent it to the newspaper because he told me to.
I mean, poor Jeff. The people that he hired and trusted to do his dirty work actually kind of had souls.
They did. I mean, they're fucking idiots.
They were
and
morons.
And felt guilt for doing what they did. And confessed immediately upon ask.
Yeah.
But then don't do this fucking shit.
No.
Don't write that your brother is innocent and make a crime yourself, you dumb bitch.
Yeah.
So Nick gives the Lenny handyman gives his testimony exactly what occurred. Nick says he also had some very minor prior offenses that Jeff threatened to go to his judge friends and have Nick thrown in jail. And Nick was unsophisticated enough
that he thought that could happen. Yeah.
They figure Jeff's motive is he took out life insurance immediately before,
like a second before they,
and it was $50,000, but it was double indemnity for a car accident. So if she died in a car accident, he would get $100,000. And the reason he laid out her ID is because he needed her to be identified so he could get the insurance money. As if she would just have her ID on top of her wallet and her wallet out of her purse as she's there porking her boyfriend
in the grass.
She just accidentally would drive over.
Yeah.
What did he think would happen?
He thought he was really smart.
That's the dumbest plan I've ever seen. Like, this is the biggest fucking idiot moron.
Yeah.
Monstrous piece of shit guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So she needed to be identified right away. So Jeff is guilty. He gets life in prison. Nick, the handyman, who they show a real picture of, and he has very disheveled He-Man hair. It looks like he literally lives in a dumpster.
Yeah.
He looks like a crazy, insane...
The actor who played him did not look like...
anything like the real Nick.
Didn't look like
the real Nick looked like he lives under a bridge and was very... something was wrong.
Well, yeah, he
gets
vulnerable.
20 years. And they said even though he helped, he testified against him, he still fucking did a monstrous thing that he could have stopped at any time. But they did say Nick is incredibly remorseful. And understands, what he did was wrong. Well, yeah, but...
And the kids still said they love their dad because it's the only one they get.
Yeah, well...
They're not on his... I mean, they
I know.
are mad. Obviously.
Yeah.
They don't say that he's innocent. They know he did it, but they still are in contact.
Yeah, it sucks that that's your one dad.
They're adults, yeah.
Jeez. Hopefully don't give him the time of day. He doesn't deserve their time.
Yucky.
Anyway, that is our story. So thank you for listening, and hopefully we'll be more on time next
Again,
week.
this is a man who lived with his girlfriend and still wouldn't divorce his wife.
I know, because he would have had to pay her money because he's a cheap fucking asshole.
Get a divorce. I don't get it. Okay, anyway, yeah.
I don't.
Sorry we're late. Sari had bloody eyes.
Yes.
And
talk
now that
really.
she's recovered from Ebola, we'll try to be on time next week.
We'll try. Yeah.
We're not
We'll do our
promising
best.
anything.
Oh,
Okay.
all right then.
All right, bye.